For shares, the answer lies in managing fisheries better.
Exactly.
But no one can say it will be easy. Ghana's fish stocks today are half of what they were decades ago. And with a tripling of coastal populations, both fishing and hunting pressure will increase.
Many motherfuckers there, they gotta go.
One of the biggest obstacles is far from Africa. European governments subsidize factory fishing fleets to work distant waters.
Oh.
Without such incentives, fishers could not afford to work so far from home.
Oh my God.
And piracy also contributes to the problem. Up to 20% of the world's catch is hauled in by thieves. And most African nations are too poor to put up a fight.
Oh my God.
But there is some good news. In Europe, politicians are rolling up their sleeves with the World Trade Organization in an effort to pare back fishing subsidies. The rest of us can join the battle against overfishing in the aisles of our supermarkets. Labels like these certify that a fishery is being managed responsibly. The need for all of us to act is becoming more urgent because the effects of fishing aren't confined to Africa. Birds throughout the world eat fish just as we do. And species like eider ducks, Arctic terns, and common guillemots are coming up short in their increasing competition with us. But perhaps the most bizarre consequence of overfishing is being uncovered on a remote shore in Southwest Africa. It's a story with surprising twists and turns that will ultimately connect cold fish to a warming planet.
Oh, man.
Many small towns are haunted by unsolved mysteries. Disturbing tales often recalled in the dark of night. But few stories are as unsettling as the one that's troubling this small town on the desolate Namibian coast. When biologist Bronwyn Curry first moved here, no one warned her about the strange phenomenon that plagued the town. She had to discover it firsthand. It began with foul smells emanating from the sea. Locals called it a sulfur event.
Some days I'd arrive at work and the whole building was filled with this stench. It smells like rotten eggs in their most rotten state.
Allergy.
And I'd run around to the other scientists asking them, what is this? No one seemed to know too much about it, so I started delving a little bit deeper.
To Curry, the stench that periodically choked her new town was cause for concern. It's something her real estate agency never mentioned. From her office at the Ministry of Fisheries, she did what anybody would do. She called her neighbors. And everyone had the same complaints.
One of the things that we really noticed first when with sulfur is the smell.
Rotten eggs. It's the easiest way to describe it, I think.
It was nauseating.
Someone dropped a stink bomb somewhere, basically. That's the bottom line.
Curry learned that the smell was just one aspect of a bizarre phenomenon. The color of the ocean also changed.
Brown.
It starts off with a brownish, very brownish yellow tinge.
The water is almost a milky white color.
Algae.
Yeah, the water turned that, I call it lemon twist color.
And it's just yellow all over.
Algae, man, poison and
And then, like a biblical plague, hordes of fish would appear, dying on the shore.
yeah.
I remember days that we went to the beaches and there was like tons of fish washed out on the beaches.
Every conceivable type of fish came out by the tons and tons and tons.
A lot of fish were still alive. We never knew there was so much fish in the sea.
and now so much dead fish. It was a shocking spectacle. By any account, this was a strange case. A town that stinks, an ocean that sheds its blue color and coughs up multitudes of dead fish. If this were the plot of a B movie, we'd learn that the town was built on an ancient burial ground. But this is a true story. So what's really going on? As Curry delved deeper into the case, she discovered voices from the past that sounded familiar messages.
Sure enough.
I was very excited when I went back into the records, because there I read things that I thought I had found out and they'd been noticed or observed nearly 80 years before me. I was absolutely amazed to read of events where masses and masses and masses of fish is washing up along the beach. We were recognizing the same patterns in the hydrogen sulfide events.
Eyewitness accounts were rich in detail, but they offered few clues about a cause.
I was surprised that everybody took them for granted. To me, they were an amazing phenomenon. And I thought, well, surely someone will have researched them already.
But the path was largely unbeaten. With few leads, Curry struck out into unexplored territory. Working mostly alone, she was determined to flush out an answer.
Finding something that interests you, you just go for it. You don't worry whether you're alone or not. The sulfide story became to me the most fascinating aspect of my work. I wanted to find out why did it happen, when it happened, and how did it happen.
Curry first set her sights on trying to explain the dead fish. Curry knew just by using her nose that during an event the sea bubbled with hydrogen sulfide, a toxic gas. But where was it coming from? Curry thinks small marine organisms called phytoplankton are the culprits. The water here is thick with them. After phytoplankton die, they rain down on the sea floor and decay. And decay often makes hydrogen sulfide. In principle, the gas could be building up, becoming a kind of ticking time bomb. Could she be right? Was the hydrogen sulfide in the sediment?
There ought to be a lot of it.
Curry's research set the stage for an international team to explore Namibia's sediment. Curry and her new collaborators used a device called a corer to haul up bottom samples.
We were able to actually sample the sediment and were absolutely delighted to find amazingly high concentrations of sulfide.
Okay, got it. Exactly what we wanted.
The sediment was really the major player in producing the hydrogen sulfide.
You want it to know?
In addition to the olfactory assault, the sediments gave up some world-class secrets. On the surface of the mud, investigators found one of the largest bacteria on Earth. More surprising was the accumulation of a second gas, also made by the phytoplankton's decay, methane.
Methane.
Well, to me as a scientist and to my colleagues, this was extremely exciting.
Thought they could use that as a fuel.